Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Today, I wanted to talk about a conversation around numbers and bookkeeping. Now, this conversation is going to probably bring up like a lot of just you haven't ever been really taught this stuff before. And that's the biggest thing I want to get across with those of you who have sizable operations, or even those of you that have small operations. Like, it doesn't matter. There's this concept of running the numbers and having your books updated and clean on a monthly basis that a lot of you don't understand or don't have anything in place. Like, you don't have anything in place. Now, a lot of that is because, one, you've probably never had anybody to teach you this stuff before. Maybe you've gone through a farm management course or things like that, and you got maybe some stuff away, maybe some stuff on break evens, things like that, but you've really never been taught exactly the importance of knowing your numbers and why you need to be doing this, okay? And the importance of this is literally, like, not having any of this structure in place or not having any of that done is like going into the year literally blindfolded. We're getting into harvest here now and getting into tax season here, and a lot of you maybe have, like, let's say you walked into the bank and got your cash flow at the beginning of the year, and like, that's it. Like, that's all you've done. So ask yourself, like, is that like good enough? Do you feel like you are in the know of the numbers and know where you're at financially, like, throughout the year? And I can tell you it's a no if you don't have this updated or have some system there to track and analyze your numbers and going through them on a monthly basis. Because I did the exact same thing in my farming operation. I did a yearly cash flow and used my bank account, got the operating loan, and started making my payments for my inputs and things like that, and never had any data to track where those expenses were exactly going, which caused me to either see a number in my bank account and see that, man, I'm living in abundance right now because I just cashed this check, or cashed a grain check. And let's say I'm in like August, but yet there's some payments that are going to come up yet in November, December that I'm really not aware for, but I feel of an abundance right now. So I'm going to go and I'm going to spend it on maybe something I don't need, or get a little too full of myself, and honestly spend that in areas that I don't need to purchase. Maybe I go out and purchase a tractor or a pickup, whatever that might be. And then you get to the end of the year, and then you're like, well, shit, like, where did the money go? Like, where did that money go? So you need to have this system in place here, because if you don't, the reason I struggled so much and wasn't able to keep a sustainable operation was I never was able to track my numbers, good and bad. When things do not look good, your projections do not look good, that's a good thing. Like, you need to understand, if you know that ahead of time, you need to do some things differently. You have to do some things differently. It's not gonna work. Like, and just hoping and praying for better prices is not gonna work. It's the same thing throughout the year. If something happens, you need to go out and make some adjustments. And that's the difficult part about it, is knowing what to do, but avoiding the truth of the numbers is you're just doing yourself a disservice, because the numbers do not lie. Like, numbers do not lie. There's nothing attached to the numbers. The numbers do not lie. It tells where you are at financially. So that's why, it is so important for you guys that haven't been taught or had any systems or processes in place to help track the numbers that benefit you. There's some other programs that, yes, it helps. Maybe it tracks your numbers, but if it helps and you're tracking the numbers, that's great. Like, that, you need something like that in place. And the big reason for Legacy Farmer and the numbers, having farmer metrics to track your numbers, as well as bookkeeping, making sure that you're tracking what you've spent throughout each month and tracking that, and having a data collection there that calculates everything out, so you know exactly where you're at financially throughout the year. You combat that with your assets and your liabilities, so you know your leverage with the bank, know exactly where you sit at, so when things do happen, you're tracking your payments throughout the year, or tracking your expenses, mentally you have the certainty and confidence of where you are at. Again, good and bad. If things are not good or bad, okay, great. That's where the community comes into Legacy Farmer to talk about those problems. You don't get that anywhere else. You can't go ask your neighbor, you can't go ask your banker on some opinions, because you're not going to get truthful, honest answers. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Legacy Farmer is filled with the boardrooms of other businessmen, business members, minded, both men and women, but business-minded people who have sizable operations, or who have operations they're trying to work on, that are looking to solve their problems around the finances, to grow the businesses, to figure out where they're at financially. And then when things aren't going well, or maybe they're bleeding money in one area, we need to focus and pinpoint where that's at. When we separate cattle and grain and maybe have another custom business, different cash flow projections for each and a different set of books and numbers behind each one, year after year after year, you're going to know exactly, once you break these out, how profitable each entity is. And if one is not profitable, perfect. We need to eliminate that or figure out how we can restructure that to go all in a different entity. But if you're trying to grow your cattle operation and it's not even profitable, it doesn't make sense to continue to grow it. That was my problem. And the thing about the cattle was it was taking the most amount of time and energy from me, but it was getting my least amount of return. But I loved it. Like, that was a problem. I had a passion for it. Like, I had a passion for it. And that's what's extremely difficult about you that have the passion. I get it. I love it. Like, I feel you there. The problem, though, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And this is where we have to change your trajectory here and figure out what else you need to be doing so we can keep this thing growing and continue to grow. So, one, you don't lose it, but you don't also continue to go down this rabbit hole that you're never going to get out of, and 30, 40 years goes by and you don't gain a thing from it. Like, that's the problem here. So this is the importance of the numbers, guys, and why we have and why Legacy Farmer was created was because for me, when I came into the program and I came into it, I understood exactly what the message was, how it helped me and how I needed to change things, but also too how I can step now and lead other members through this because I had to experience that as well. I'm not knowing your numbers and not knowing. If I would have had farmer metrics in place and to be able to track my numbers, I would have known the truth of my numbers and I would have understood that what I was doing wasn't working and I needed to go out and do something different. Built a custom business, which I did year 5, which was too late. Like, reality was, it was just too late. There's too much volatility there where if something would have happened, it was very hard to do that. So, guys, just a message there. There's a need for that, and you need to know and be on top of your numbers. So keep looking into what you're doing wrong, or what's not working there, and things like that. And again, if you feel like this message resonates and you're wanting and needing that financial assistance to track your numbers and having a boardroom of other members who have operations that they're running, farming operations, cattle operations, custom businesses, to bounce ideas off of, but also see what's working and what's not working for them, it's an open network. Like, if you're not able and willing to come in and to share and to focus on your problems, you're gonna be closed off. Like, you're not a fit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This isn't just to come in and pat your ego. This is a place to come in for those who are trying to grow and expand and create this legacy for them. But you also need to have an open mind and to share what's working, what's not working, because that's the members that come in. Like, that's the core values that we have in place there. Those who are wanting to do more and not just to gain from themselves. Like, we want you to get everything you can away from it, but we're also talking about the problems. Like, we want that type of environment there created. Safe environment. Like, it is a safe environment. If we feel like somebody's not a fit there, we'll remove them from the network, and we've done that before. That's really the core values that we have in place there, and there's no exceptions to that. You're a good fit or you're not. Like, we have to keep it that black and white, because once you let one rotten apple into the group, it just ruins it for everybody. So, guys, I hope this message resonates with you, and continue to move forward here and look into this. Man, guys, again, if this is something you need, fill out an application, get on the phone with our team members. Joni, she's gonna have a good conversation with you, see if you're a good fit. If it is, perfect. This is what you need. If not, no harm, no foul. There's plenty of content to keep following up with. So that's all I got for you guys today. We're getting ready for harvest here. Gonna do some soybean harvest here, hopefully pretty soon. So that's all I got for you guys today, and take care, guys. Talk soon.